Panda Anthem.
Ian, what's up?
Red Panda Anthem.
Red Panda, what's good?
Red Panda Anthem.
How important is the CEO to the stock of a company?
I think it sets the tone. You guys know this from running the business. Like your personal habits bleed into the business.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I asked you how many episodes you missed. No, I know none. Even traveling, being in Philly, left Philly, came to New York, showered, came here. I know you guys think this is a lot of fun, but like executives at a top level, you have to follow what they're doing. And the time, like Facebook, when Cheryl Sandberg left after my Smoothie King rant.
Yes.
Cheryl Sandberg probably is the third or fourth most important person in American corporate culture. For her to leave, Facebook tells you what? Mary J. Blige, I'm going down. I'm telling you.
Spiritual
right?
song.
So I like Benioff a lot,
Yeah.
but he's just in a business that, like, business to business is not sexy.
Yeah.
So
that brings up an interesting point. So Rachel Sandberg, and I didn't even ask you this. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Cheryl. I'm thinking.
I know you're tired.
Yeah, no. I'm thinking somebody else. She did step down, and obviously was a number 2 at Facebook or now Meta. Where do you think she goes? Because there's rumors, maybe politics. Do you think she goes to another company though?
The political landscape first, but I would not be surprised if she does not end up at Tesla or Apple.
Okay.
Tim Cook, whatever she wants, give it to her.
Free agent of the year.
Absolutely. MVP. Because you can see without her guidance, same with Tim Cook. Like I know Johnny Ive on the design front for Apple was like put front and center for a long period of time, but Tim was the one that was like the driving force to help because you need that balance. And we saw it with like San Antonio, like Spurs. Popovich from my hometown acts crazy. So that's where I get it from, right? But you need a calm player like Tim Duncan that would just run things in certain operations. Same thing, when I see Ace like come through, he just come through and do the job every time. No complaints. And then back to your point about CEOs, a celebrity CEO does drive value a lot higher. Like who's the CEO of IBM or CEO of Schlumberger or Caterpillar? Most people have no clue.
Right. Never seen them.
So that's why I tell you guys as business owners, if you want to hide, you can hide and be behind the scenes. And you guys know I hated being in front of the camera. But in order for people to trust you, they have to see you, your body language, mannerisms, everything. We trust Tim Cook. We trust Elon. Even Trump, when he made his run from apprentice to president, if he wasn't on TV, no one would have voted for him. So a celebrity, please write this down. A celebrity CEO does drive a higher multiple for a stock than a non-celebrity CEO.
Yeah.
It's always been the case.
Yeah, that should be part of like the research sheet, right? Like if we created the perfect research, like how would you do your research? Now I'm thinking about that. It's like, the first column should be
listen to Ian.
Listen to Market Mondays and Ian. Who CEO, number 1.
Yeah.
Right. Because I would challenge, I think more people could name the NBA coaches than CEOs of companies.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah. It does have a great impact.
Yeah.
And Tim is very like stoic, traditionally sound, operations driven. It's had a huge impact on the business. And you can argue right now, he probably was a better driver of Apple than Steve Jobs was. When I was investing in Apple in 2009, it was like Tesla, up and down, especially when he died. If you remember when Steve Jobs died and the world stopped and CNBC had it all over the screen, it was a wonder if the company would survive.
Is Apple dead? Yep.
Tim grabbed that. Like, imagine if a coach replaced Phil Jackson in Chicago and then won 10 titles. That's Tim Cook. And people are like, well, why should I not? I'm like, invest in the biggest ones and you're good. Please.
Okay. Anything else? Oh, actually, let's we got a special guest in. I want to talk to.
We do?
Yes.
Let's do it. Send me.
We was just with him in Philly.
Oh. shoot me over the bat signal. Shout out to
He's in right now.
Oh, okay. Where's his hand?
I just text you.
Got you.
And then this leads right into the question segment. Actually. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, hit the like button. 9,200 people.
Please share.
Very, very impressive. Very
on the
impressive.
screen. Hey,
Matthew Garland.
how you doing, young man?
My brother, how you
Hey.
doing?
Long time no see. Long
It's
time
the
no
guys.
see.
How
Long
are you
time no
guys?
see.
He said his name is MG, the mortgage guy. He has changed from the mortgage guy, GXD.
Yeah, they call me MG the Mortgage King now.
Matt, you on your phone?
Yeah, I'm on my phone.
Put your phone sideways so it could be like full screen. Yeah, there you go. All right, Matt, MG the mortgage guy. Let's get into this conversation. I'm not even gonna waste any time. I feel like we haven't talked about real estate in a while, and just the basics of it. As far as a lot of people are concerned, they are raising interest rates. They've been raising interest rates for a while now, and we hear a lot of fear that that's going to cause a slowdown in the housing market. So, can you just give you as a loan professional, loan officer? I'm not sure the exact title. What does raising interest rates mean? Is it going to have a drastic effect on real estate? What are some tips that people should be aware of? Give us the rundown.
First of all, shout out to all the earners going crazy in the chat for me. I love y'all. And love is love. So shout out to all the earners. So first of all, this is Matt Garland, NMLS number 58700, better known as MG, the mortgage guy. I am a licensed loan professional for almost 20 years in this business. I've been through a couple cycles. And what you guys are seeing, ladies and gentlemen, is something that is normal. This is not something that is abnormal. This is something that happens all the time. I've been preaching this for God knows how long on this internet, that interest rates will always go up and down, right? What we've seen over the past 2 years during the pandemic was a once in a lifetime opportunity. And when these opportunities happen, you have to take action. And this is why I've been screaming to my lungs, guys, go out there and buy real estate. Money's the cheapest it's ever been, and it will never be this cheap again, and it won't stay like this for long. Now, did any of us expect rates to go up 2% in a 2-3 month time frame? Absolutely not. No one was prepared for this. No one in the industry, not the consumers. But this is not abnormal. This is how the markets moves, and this is a good lesson for everybody to learn, is that the market does not wait for you in your plans. The market doesn't care if you want to get an 800 credit score. The market doesn't care if you want to save more money. The market will do what the market will always do. Now, will this create a slowdown? Absolutely. There's a lot of buyers who will not be able to qualify because of home prices increasing and interest rates increasing at the same time. Will this cause a crash? Absolutely not. This will cause a slowdown. This will cause a correction that is needed. Home prices appreciated too fast, too soon. You know, we have 20+% appreciation year over year during the pandemic years. That is not normal appreciation for real estate. Real estate normally appreciates 3 to 5%, depending on the market, maybe 7%, just depending on where you are. What we're going to see for the remainder of 2022 is that home prices will start to level out a bit, but that does not mean a crash, ladies and gentlemen. I need you to understand that. Home prices will still appreciate 5 to 10% this year, depending on what market you're in. But again, that's not a crash. So you're going to start seeing more houses stay on the market longer, which is a good thing for you buyers who've been waiting to buy a house, right? You're going to see some sellers now start to reduce their prices because they were unrealistic from the beginning. They were just trying to milk everything that they could get. So when you start seeing prices go down by 10,000, 20,000, please understand that that does not mean a crash. That just means they were just overpriced from the beginning. They tried to test the market, and now the market is telling them they have to reverse and go a little bit lower. But what we're still seeing is homes are still going under contract in less than 2 weeks. We still have less than 2 months of inventory nationwide. And the supply issue is the biggest problem that we have here in America when it comes to pretty much everything from cars. We was having this conversation. We ran into Eric, the car industry. You can't get a car right now, right? Lumber prices are going down right now, which is good for those of us who are building homes and things of that nature. But again, you still can't get the lumber, right? So these issues will still continue to keep it a seller's market, I believe, up until 2023. And I've been very vocal about this. And I've told everybody this several times that I think in 2023, third quarter is when we're going to start seeing a significant slowdown in the market, because it's going to take time for what's happening right now with the Feds raising rates and things of that nature for it to go through the system to kind of like marinate, so to speak. And for us as the consumers to really start seeing some price reductions. So I think right now, if you're looking to buy, I'm always going to tell you, if you're financially secure, you have down payment, closing costs, and you have reserves, and you have job security, or your business is doing good, and you need to buy a primary residence, you should absolutely do so, but just be smart about it. You know, don't pay above asking price. I've never been on here saying, hey, guys, go out here and bid $100,000 over asking price. I'm not a fan of that shit, because I'm not going to do it for myself. So I'm not going to tell you guys to do something that I'm not going to do. But I think people should still go buy a primary residence if you need a place to live. And absolutely, you should go out here and start investing, because there's going to be a lot of people that are going to sit on the sidelines because they're waiting for something to happen that might never happen. So there's going to leave more opportunities for buyers out there who are educated, who have capital, to go out here and pick up some deals.
Matt, quick question for you. I saw a comment over and over again. Can you define what percentage is a crash for the housing market?
Man, I would probably say when you start talking crashes, you're talking about negative 20% in home prices. That would be a crash, kind of similar to the stock market. But again, let's call a spade, right? The market has appreciated almost 40% in real estate in the past 2 years, probably more in certain areas like Arizona, probably down near 50, 60%, right? Let's just say the housing market goes flat in these areas. It's still up 40, 50%. You know what I'm saying? So even if
everything's just going back to what the levels it should be.
It's just going back to where it should be. So even if you're talking about, well, it didn't appreciate 20%, it only did 5%. That's not a crash. It's still up, right? Like it's still
the recalibration.
Up. Yeah, it's a correction, right? It's getting back to some sort of normalcy, which we need in real estate. I mean, let's call a spade a spade. People cannot afford for it to keep going up at these prices. So we need this intervention to happen right now. We need home prices to kind of level out so people can afford. There's an affordability crisis in America. There's a housing shortage in America. So everybody who's looking to invest, as investors, you got to start looking at the opportunities, right? Here's a great opportunity, because I know we like to do actionable items and actual steps here on Market Money's Red Panda and EYL University, right? So here's an action step. Pay attention to the zoning laws. I've been telling you guys about this for the past year. Look at the infrastructure bill that they signed into law. It's huge on zoning for ADUs, for accessory dwelling units. Look at Georgia. Look at Seattle. Look at California. Hell, in Seattle, if you have a 50 by 100 lot, a 5,000 square foot lot, you can put up to, if you buy a single family home, you could put 3-4 additional ADUs on that property. Now you can create.
What's an ADU? What's an ADU?
ADU is an accessory dwelling unit, right? So look at your garage. You can convert that basically into an apartment. Look at your basement. In New York, we've been doing ADUs illegally forever. Right? So now they're looking to pass laws in New York to make basements legal because of what? Housing crisis and affordability. People need places to live. So they're putting zoning laws in place from a federal level, which is trickling down now to state and county levels. Freddie Mac just changed their whole guidelines when it comes to ADUs, where you can use rental income from an ADU on a single family to help you qualify for a loan, whereas you can only use rental income to qualify on 2 to 4 families. So now you see the programs, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, are now changing their guidelines to recognize ADUs are something here to stay. This is not rocket science, y'all. Look at what all the institutional investors are buying. They're buying single families, right? There's a reason, because they know the zoning laws are going to change. Yeah. And what they're probably going to do in the next 5-10 years, I wouldn't be surprised if you start seeing these hedge funds tear down these entire communities and start building up 3, 4, 5 properties on one property and expand their net worth. So you got to pay attention to the opportunities when it comes to real estate investing. What's the new flow? What's the new wave? And you got to go with that.
This that Red Panda Anthem. Ian, what's up? This that Red Panda Anthem. Red Panda, what's good? Red Panda Anthem. Whole clique going up. I know they can't stand it.